mass of animals seemed entangled in some kind of wreck, or engaged in one of those fierce battles in which the half-wild sledge dogs of the North frequently engage, even on the trail. Then there came the sharp, commanding cries of a human voice, the cracking of a whip, the yelping of the huskies, and the disordered team straightened itself and came like a yellowish-gray streak across the smooth surface of the lake. Close behind the sledge ran the man. He was tall and thin, and even at that distance one would have recognized him as an Indian. Hardly had the team and its wild-looking driver progressed a quarter of the distance across the lake when there came a shout farther back, and a second sledge burst into view from out of the thick forest. Beside this sledge, too, a driver was running with desperate speed. The leader now leaped upon his sledge, his voice rising in sharp cries of exhortation, his whip whirling and cracking over the backs of his dogs. The second driver still ran and thus gained upon the team ahead, so that when they came to the opposite side of the lake, where the wolf had sent out the warning cry to his people, the 12 dogs of the two teams were almost abreast. Quickly there came a slackening in the pace set by the leading dog of each team, and half a minute later the sledges stopped. The dogs flung themselves down in their harness, panting, with gaping jaws, the snow reddening under their bleeding feet. The men, too, showed signs of terrible strain. The elder of these, as we have said, was an Indian, pure breed of the great northern wilderness. His companion was a youth who had not yet reached his 20s, slender, but with the strength and agility of an animal in his limbs, his handsome face bronzed by the free life of the forest, and in his veins a plentiful strain of that blood which made his comrade kin. In those two we have again met our old friends Mukoki and Wabigoon. Mukoki, the faithful old warrior and pathfinder, and Wabigoon, the adventurous half-Indian son of the factor of Wabinosh House. Both were at the height of some great excitement. For a few moments, while gaining breath, they gazed silently into each other's face. "I'm afraid we can't catch them, Muky," panted the younger. "What do you think?" He stopped, for Mukoki had thrown himself on his knees in the snow a dozen feet in front of the teams. From that point there ran straight ahead of them the trail of the dog mail. For perhaps a full minute he examined the imprints of the dog's feet and the smooth path made by the sledge. Then he looked up, and with one of those inimitable chuckles, which meant so much when coming from him, he said, "We catch him, sure. See, sledge him go deep. Both ride. Big load for dog. We catch him, sure." "But our dogs," persisted Wabigoon, his face still filled with doubt. "They're completely bushed, and my leader has gone lame. See how they're bleeding?" The huskies, as the big wolfish sledge dogs of the far north are called, were indeed in a pitiable condition. The warm sun had weakened the hard crust of the snow, until at every step the feet of the animals had broken through, tearing and wounding themselves on its ragged knife-like edges. Mukoki's face became more serious as he carefully examined the teams. "Bad, very bad," he grunted. "We fool." "For not bringing dog shoes?" said Wabigoon. "I've got a dozen shoes on my sledge, enough for 3 dogs. By George!" He leaped quickly to his toboggan, caught up the dog moccasins, and turned again to the old Indian, alive with new excitement. "We've got just one chance, Muky," he half shouted. "Pick out the strongest dogs. One of us must go on alone." The sharp commands of the two adventurers and the cracking of Mukoki's whip brought the tired and bleeding animals to their feet. Over the pads of 3 of the largest and strongest